What's up, guys? Welcome back. So, I thought it was about time I talk about the Helena Taylor Bayonetta 3 voice acting controversy. And the reason I'm doing it right now is that Helena Taylor made her initial claim. Then, some people from Platinum Games contacted the media, showed them some contracts counteracting what Helena Taylor said. But now Miss Taylor has said something once again that I feel contradicts her initial statement and is more in line with what the employees from Platinum Games have said. So we're going to start by watching her initial statements. We're going to watch the first three videos. The fourth one is just some religious stuff. I'm not going to subject people to that if they don't want to be. And so we'll start here with the first one.
Hello, my name's Hellena Taylor, and I am the voice of Bayonetta.
Let me turn this up a bit.
And I would like to explain to you why I didn't voice Bayonetta 3. The Bayonetta franchise made an approximated $450 million. That's not including merchandise. As an actor, I trained for a total of 7.5 years. 3 years at the London Academy of Music and Dramatic Art, LAMDA, with voice coach Barbara Barkery, and 4.5 years with the legendary Larry Moss in Los Angeles. And what did they think this was worth? What did they offer to pay me? The final offer to do the whole game as a buyout, a flat rate, was $4,000 US. This is an insult to me, the amount of time that I took to work on my talent and everything that I have given to this game and to the fans. I am asking the fans to boycott this game and instead spend the money that you would have spent on this game donating it to charity. I didn't want the world. I didn't ask for too much. I was just asking for a decent, dignified living wage. What they did was legal, but it was immoral. Now, those of you who follow me on Twitter know that I'm more of a lover than a fighter, and sometimes think I'm not very much like Bayonetta at all, but I guess I am a little bit more like Bayonetta than I thought. I understand that boycotting this game is a personal choice, and there are those that won't, and that's fine. But if you're someone who cares about people, who cares about the world around you, who cares about who gets hurt with these financial decisions, then I urge you to boycott this game. I decided to do it to stand up in solidarity with people all over the world who do not get paid properly for their talents. Fat cats cream off the top and leave us the rotten crumbs. You know, in England right now, there are nurses going to food banks to feed their children. This is not right. This is not acceptable. It impacts mental health. Because of it, I suffered from depression and anxiety. I worried that I was going to be on the streets. That terrified me so much that once I was suicidal. I am not afraid of the non-disclosure agreement. I can't even afford to run a car. What are they going to do? Take my clothes? Good luck to them. Bayonetta always stands up for those with less power and stands up for what is right. And in doing this, you stand with her. Thank you. For those of you who are interested, I'd like to go into a little more detail about the back and forth. The first thing was I was required to audition again, because sometimes voices change with time. So I auditioned for the role and obviously passed with flying colours. They then sent me an insulting offer. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to write to Hideki Kamiya. I'm going to write to him and ask him for what I'm worth. So I got a friend who has been in business in Japan to write in Japanese to him. I know he read it because I got a reply. I got a reply saying that he values greatly my contribution to the game and that the fans really want me to voice it over. And the memory of first meeting me as Bayonetta is a memory I hold dear. So I thought, great, thank God. That was when they offered me $4,000. Do you know, Platinum had the cheek to say that I was busy, that they couldn't make it work with Miss Taylor's schedule. Well, I had nothing but time. They now have a new girl voicing her over. And I love actors. I wish her all the joy in the world. I wish her all the jobs, but she has no right to say she is the voice of Bayonetta. I created that voice. She has no right to sign merchandise as Bayonetta, any more than I have the right to sign as Eva Green, even though I was her parrot on the video game The Golden Compass. That portrayal is hers and hers alone. They'll probably try and do a spin-off with Jan. Don't buy that either.
Okay, so as you heard, Miss Taylor here is saying that she was offered $4,000 to voice the full game as a buyout, basically. Now, let's go on to what Bloomberg has to say, and I'm needing to use the screenshot that I took previously, because while the article originally was available for everyone to read, now it's behind a paywall, and I'm not paying to Bloomberg. But this is from the original article. It says, in the case of Bayonetta 3, the developer appeared to be determined to rehire Taylor, according to two people familiar with the negotiations, as well as documentation reviewed by Bloomberg. Here's where their offer differs. Platinum Games sought to hire Taylor for at least 5 sessions, each paying $3,000 to $4,000 for 4 hours in the studio, said the people who asked not to be identified because they aren't authorised to discuss private contract negotiations. This would make for the total for the game to be at least, at the minimum, $15,000 with a maximum of $20,000. In response, they said Taylor asked for a 6-figure sum as well as residuals for the game. Platinum declined, and following lengthy negotiations, they auditioned for a new actor. Platinum later offered Taylor a cameo in the game for a fee of 1 session, which would have been $3,000 to $4,000, which she turned down, the people said. Now, let's move on to how Hellena Taylor has replied to this. So, it comes to my attention that some people are calling me a liar and a gold digger. I feel the need to defend myself and my reputation in the industry. See thread, lots of hashtags. As I posted on the part 3 of my video, I explained that their first offer was too low. That offer was $10,000. She never mentioned this in either of her first 3 videos. Remember, this is a $450 million franchise. I have no idea where she's taking that number from. Nobody does. I then wrote in Japanese to Hideki Kamiya asking for what I was worth. I thought that as a creative he would understand. He replied saying how much he valued my contribution to the game and how much the fans wanted me to voice the game. It was then he offered me an extra $5,000. I know she's wrote an extra 0 in there, but she's meaning $5,000. So I declined to voice the game. Now, that's where it sort of lines up with what Bloomberg was saying, where she'd be paid $15,000 minimum. So let's continue reading. I then heard nothing from them for 11 months. They then offered me a flat fee to voice some lines for the game for $4,000. So that would have been the cameo, the one session that Platinum Games wanted to do. Any other lies, such as the $4,000 for 5 sessions, are total fabrications. There were not extensive negotiations. I've also been informed of ridiculous fictions, such as that I asked for $250,000. I'm a team player. I was just asking for a fair living wage in line with the values that I bring to the game. I was paid a shockingly low total of $3,000 for the first game, a little more for the second. I wanted to voice her. I have drummed up interest for the game ever since I started on Twitter in 2011. Now, this is the part here where I think it contradicts entirely what she said in her first 3 videos. Now, and as I showed in the first 3 videos, she said she was offered $4,000 for the whole game. Now, she's saying that she was offered $10,000 total in this section right here, and then was offered an extra $5,000 here. This immediately contradicts her saying that she was offered $4,000 total for the entire game. But she does mention the $4,000 down here again. They offered me a flat fee to voice some lines, which is in line with what the Platinum Games employees said, that they wanted her to cameo as the original Bayonetta, who apparently dies in Bayonetta 3. So someone is obviously lying here, and this entire thread here doesn't make Hellena Taylor look good at all, just because it contradicts everything that she said in her original videos. She purposely kept out that she was offered $10,000, and then was purposely kept out that she was offered an extra $5,000, and she just went straight to the $4,000 that she was offered for her cameo. And I replied saying, as such, Miss Taylor, in your original thread of videos, there was no mention of the $10,000 or the extra $5,000 after writing to cameo. You said in your videos that you were offered $4,000 as a final offer for the full game, which means you lied and misled everyone from the start. So if people were going to boycott this game, they're boycotting it on a lie, basically. She says here that people are calling her a liar and a gold digger. I would call her a liar, not a gold digger. That's disrespectful. But with what she said in these videos here, what Platinum Games...
Hello, my name's Hellena Taylor.
Shh, be quiet. What Platinum Games he showed here, and Jason Schreier has seen in contracts that they were shown, basically. And then in this section here, I'm more inclined to say that Hellena Taylor did lie. She was offered more than what she said in her original videos, and now she's just trying to damage control. If you were going to boycott this game, I don't think you should. But then again, that is up to you. If you still want to boycott it, more power to you. If you're not going to boycott it, same goes for anyone who isn't. But anyway, I think she lied entirely. She misled people into boycotting this game. And I think Platinum Games was in the right here. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time. Bye now.